Check, check, 1 2 1 2. Louder, 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 louder.
Hello, testing the mic to see if it's working. Can you hear me? Cheers. Isha.
Did you press the button by any chance, or?
I don't think so.
Okay, there.
But I kept it on the floor, so I don't.
Oh, is that right? Okay. So because I thought I didn't hear you for a second, and then I heard you, but don't need to press any of the buttons.
Help us level the playing field. Sign the parliamentary petition today to fuel the growth and fund the gain.
Assistant referee Lenny Caravias, Liam Beckett as the fourth official, and Douglas Burt as the assessor of the referees.
Fantastic. All in waiting, and there is the first whistle to get this one underway. Really intriguing. See who comes out on top in these first 5 to 10 minutes to set the ascendancy. As we mentioned, it's so competitive, and already may only be round 8, but there's always so much to play for in this competition. And with Burundara Eagles dropping for the first time last night, a chance for Box Hill to provisionally take the lead, or for Spring Hills to jump level on points with Burundara and Alamein at the top of the table. This will be a throw in on this near side for Spring Hills that goes up the line. Sinclair and Murakami competing. Bocelli gets that inside nicely. Kate trying to turn. Erin Keat making really positive strides in her return to Box Hill. She played at the club in between 2019 and 2022. She's come back and got right back amongst the goals and won her side the penalty that gave them the lead in their last game against Burundara, a lead unfortunately they couldn't hold on to. Ended their 5-match winning run.
Yeah, with how close these two teams are on the ladder, every single point counts, and you can already see the sort of fierce energy that both teams have. They both want those points, and they know what it would mean for them to be able to beat a formidable opponent today.
Spread wide to Bocelli. Darts inside and will have the first shot in anger. It's a tame one, but it's a shot on target. Chiara Bocelli, incredibly exciting import for Box Hill United this season. Born in New Zealand, but dual national, New Zealand and Italian, and has had some professional experience in the top flight in Italy in the Serie A. Spent a season with Sampdoria last season. Played in the second division with Chievo Verona as well, and has represented New Zealand at under 20 level. So for someone only 21 years of age, plenty of experience and certainly bags of talent on show. So Isha, no doubt, she'll be one to keep an eye on that left wing for Box Hill.
Yeah, it's remarkable to see you have, your Matildas, Alex Chidiak, Winnie Heatley playing in that league, and to see someone of that calibre here in front of us today it's so exciting.
Spot on. She was foiled on that occasion by Daniela Tobin. It's a nice ball over the top looking for Antonello for Spring Hills, but Box Hill captain Sophia Paliwoda clears. Here's Ramel lifting another one over the top. De Silva will give chase, and she does keep it in. Looking for options, whether that be to whip it in the box or play it back, which she does. Box Hill can get back behind the ball, and Spring Hills will reset. Sinclair works her way out of trouble. Interesting opening exchanges. Spring Hills looking to go long, clip the ball over that Box Hill defence early doors. That throw-in doesn't quite work out, and Minarek will play it back to her keeper, Keely Segacic. And it's a ball that's worked out through the middle. Bocelli can almost have a chance to go one-on-one, but Aubrey Labno got across to snuff that one out. Murakami on the turn. Bocelli again. Steps inside and returns the favour to Murakami. That's Kawano. And all the way out to the right-hand side. A good ball in, and it's just over the head of Erin Keat. First threatening delivery from the hosts. Pekaris with another one into the box. And well dealt with, and safely into the hands of Gina Ibrahim.
You can already see why Box Hill are the reigning champions coming into this game. Held shape so well so far. Have pressed even when Spring Hills has found their way into the box. They've sort of kept them out, kept them on the side, and not really allowed a shot to trouble the goalkeeper at all.
Peltine getting stuck in. Gina Ibrahim will try to slow the pace down a little bit. Great story, Jenna Ibrahim. She's been at Spring Hills for 6 years, a club that's had such a meteoric rise to come up into the top tier of Victorian football for the first time in their existence last season. She played every minute of that season last season, having helped them through all those promotions. And she's kept her spot, evidently, this season, starting all 7 fixtures prior, and obviously number 8 this time around. Paliwada and Minarik playing a little bit of kick-to-kick, slowing the pace down and evading the press of Sinclair. Paliwada can drive into midfield now. Searching for a left-back, Petkaris, but Lauren Antonello got back really well to intercept. Minarik's header falls short to Ramel, and she can look in behind. It's an excellent ball from Anastasia Ramel, but an even better challenge from Sydney Minarik to stop Chelsea De Silva latching onto that one.
It was a very well-timed tackle from Minarik.
Can really see both sides just willing to get in behind, play direct, get forward, and look out for an early goal. That's some neat interplay, and Spring Hill's first effort flies wide from Daniela Tobin. It's an interesting system for Spring Hills. They're very fluid. A lot of athletic players that can fill in spaces. So at times it can look like a 3 or a 5 at the back. Sometimes it can shape as a 4. Murakami's found some space between the lines. Bocelli's popped up in the middle. They'll spread out wide. Tobin intercept that one at the top of the box. Ramel may have come back from an offside position. The flag stays down, and Box Hill won't mind as they regain possession.
Yeah, Bocelli's passing already in these opening few minutes has been quite spectacular. It's been so good the way she's just opened up, played it down the wing, opened up on the sides, and just she takes the ball and knows where to turn, knows where to find her players. It's been really good to watch.
Murakami seeing plenty of the ball. That one won't go down as an intentional intervention, but flies off her back into the middle of the park. It's a nice dart in field from Amelia Tartaglia. Just turned 18 on Wednesday, so happy 18th birthday to Amelia. It's her 7th start of the season at so young. It's a fantastic achievement for her to be featuring in any side in this competition, let alone the reigning champions. Petkaris and Bocelli not quite on the same wavelength on that occasion. Rachel Gillies can pick that up for Spring Hills, but Bella Stringfellow can only find touch. Bocelli's ball repelled by Dakic. Keat will regain, evades Sinclair, but not Stringfellow. Nice turn from Ramel. And an even better turn from Chelsea De Silva. She'll look to scamper away from Tartaglia. It's a fantastic battle on that far side, and Tartaglia comes out on top just about. Lots of exciting young players getting opportunities in this league. A couple of them there on show. Chelsea De Silva on the left-hand side for Spring Hills, just 20 years of age, making a significant impact under Tom Markovsky, and Amelia Tartaglia, as we mentioned,
Yeah, speaking to Tom Markowski before the game, said they always try and give the younger players a go, and look at some of them having a go at the moment. But particularly with a few injuries they've had, they're really trying to get some of the young players have even more minutes. Olivia Anderson, sadly, on Tuesday ripped some of her ankle ligaments and will be out for a substantial time, which is disappointing news for the side. Obviously, has been a key part of this squad so far.
Minarik and Paliwoda again getting acquainted with the ball, and Pearl-Teen's found a lot of space here. She's calling for a runner, finds one in Petkaris. It's an excellent ball to split the defence. Petkaris inside, and Dakic, as she so often is well, positioned to clear. Box Hill trying to turn the dial to find an early goal as we move past the opening 10 minutes of this one. Teen again is in loads of space, and it's another fantastic ball to find Bocelli. Aubrey Labno on that occasion makes the intervention. So Spring Hill's defence standing tall to start. Of course, they're going to face a big test in an incredibly talented Box Hill side. They'll need to be switched on, especially as the rain begins to fall again on what's been quite a dreary Friday night here in Melbourne.
Starting to rain again as well. A lot for these players to go through. It's already slightly wet pitch with the earlier rain, and it's pouring again, but hopefully it won't be too heavy.
Petkaris and Bocelli having a lot of joy down the left-hand side. But the impressive centre-back partnership of Labno and Dakic for Spring Hills is evading any apparent threat. Minarik with a nice little step into midfield. She'll look forward and find Kawano between the lines. Stringfellow more than happy to bring Yuri Kawano down and concede a free kick. Big boost for Box Hill to have Yuri Kawano back in the side. She missed that defeat to Burundara after coming off in Box Hill's last home game here against Melbourne Victory. 5 goals in her 6 starts so far. She's been a prolific scorer in her native Japan. Featured at the 2016 Under-20 World Cup as well. No doubt Kogu Sebaratnam will be delighted to have her back in the side and available. Opportunity for Spring Hills to build out of defence. Opportunity not quite taken. See what Labno was trying to do. Lift it up to Antonello on the right wing, but didn't quite come off. Murakami and Kawano combine well. Stringfellow steps in to intercept.
Nice touch there from Petkaris.
Box Hill doing really well to control the pace of the game and the possession at the moment, and they're consistently finding space in these pockets here. Not one of Kawano's best balls, but you put it in the danger area, and things like this can happen when the likes of Erin Keat are around. Did well to get a ball in the box, and Labno clears. But they're certainly bossing the possession and have a great ability to counter-press, and have really spent the majority of the time certainly on the ball and looking towards their attacking half.
Yeah, so many strong players on this side already, and we can see that quality, those passes, even when they're not always going as intended, someone's able to get to the end of them.
Oh, that's a lovely little touch and delivery in. Labno again is well placed. De Silva can't quite clear, only as far as Murakami couldn't quite link up with their countrywoman in Kawano. Nice feed in midfield from Tobin. Couldn't quite link up with Sinclair. Summer Trask will play it back, and Box Hill again will reset. So comfortable in possession at the back, and more space in midfield for Pearl Team to drive into. Team spotted Murakami. Just had to stretch to try to bring that under her spell, and Teen ultimately can only foul Daniela Tobin. Interesting each of the fluidity of this Box Hill midfield so far. Lots of space around the halfway line. Spring Hill's leaving a couple of attackers up, trying to press the centre backs, but the rest of the team seems to be dropping off and leaving loads of space in those pockets for the likes of Pearl Team.
Yeah, incredible midfield from Box Hill. They're so organised. They're able to get into those spaces, and you can see Spring Hill have sort of tried to prepare for that, if you will. They have their bodies back, whereas, your Box Hill are pressing. But here comes Spring Hill on the attack.
Gillies with another lift in behind, but Paliwada, she's shown what she can do in possession so far, and so first little defensive assignment to keep Chelsea De Silva at bay. Again, there's space in midfield for Murakami, and a nice little switch looking for Bocelli, who does fantastically to control. Minarik. Sophia Paliwada. Out to Yuri Kawano. Again in this inside left channel. Keat trying to drop off the defence, but Dakic followed her all the way and won it well. And now an opportunity for Spring Hills to break. Bella Stringfellow will drive. And she'll take it on from long range, when perhaps she might look back on that one and think the better option may have been to Lauren Antonello, who was streaming forward to meet her on the right wing.
Yeah, pacing to sort of make into that space. Perhaps maybe half a second behind what was needed, but yeah, wonder if the scoreline would be a bit different if that chance had been a pass instead.
Nonetheless, a positive little sign for Spring Hills of the danger that they can pose if they can win the ball in those central areas where Box Hill are having so much joy at the moment and look to break quickly. I was going to say it looked like a Spring Hills ball, and it is. Cheyenne Sarouche and Lenny Caravius in agreement. That's a nice turn from Antonello. She'll find Ramel. Anastasia Ramel will look to return. Paliwada well placed, and De Silva applying the press to pressure Segicic's clearance. Bocelli to Murakami. And again, Box Hill will reload through the back. Minari looking forward, and she'll go. The run is from Tartaglia from right back. It's a nice little combination as Summer Trask dropped inside. Tartaglia looking to join, 18 years of age apiece. Summer Trask and Emilia Tartaglia down that right-hand side. Summer Trask in her debut campaign in the top flight, having joined from FC Bulleen Lions, already with a goal to her name this season. No doubt she'll be looking to add another one as she continues to impress.
Yeah, Spring have done well to sort of recruit their attacking side. Obviously, they lost Maya Markovsky this season relative to last, and what a gun she's been so far in this tournament in the Senol NPLW, and it'll be very exciting to see the attacking
That's a
side
lovely
link up.
combination. Murakami thought she had space for a shot, but the challenge came in right at the last minute. Apologies to jump in there, Isha. Again, the Spring Hills defence continues to stand tall. We'll see what they do from this goal kick. If they can develop a little bit of possession coming out of the back of them for themselves. Great strength from Peltine, and Murakami and Kawano combine. That final pass not quite there. Minarik with an excellent touch and switch. Bocelli can go one-on-one. She won the first battle, but Bella Stringfellow followed up really well. Bocelli again to Kawano. Well marshalled by Dakic, and no foul is the call. Well kept in by Trask on the far side. Back to Tartaglia and Minarik, and again they're doing this so well. Box Hill just switching the play, moving things from side to side and falling back into their tempo.
Yeah, it's incredible. The press from Spring Hill went all the way from the left to the right side of the field, but Box Hill they kept that pass and kept that composure, and here they come on the attack again.
Erin Keats got a load of space. She thought about the strike. She jinks around instead. What a fantastic goal. Erin Keats, she's unstoppable to start this season. Make that 8 goals for Box Hill United in her return to the club. What an absolutely outstanding finish. She shaped the shot, sold Aubrey Labno the dummy, and said thanks very much. Took the space, and with her left foot, still had plenty of work to do with the angle just entering into the box. An unerring finish beyond Jenna Ibrahim, and the hosts have a 1-0 lead.
Yeah, composed finish, perfectly placed in that bottom corner. Powerful enough that Ibrahim could do nothing about it. You see why she's the February Player of the Month in the Senol NPLW.
An outstanding February. Not a great load of football in March, given the weeks off over the Easter break, and a fine start to April now for Erin Keat. Had a stint in the US playing college ball at Monroe University. And she's popped up with some really important goals. A winner against South Melbourne earlier this season, a brace against Preston Lions. And this one, again, feels important too, as Box Hill are dominating the territory and the possession, but until you get that first goal in the net, there's always that little bit of angst every time you go forward. So a perfect nerve settler for Box Hill.
Yeah, I mean, we know 1-0 is not enough to secure this fixture. We know how competitive this gets between these two sides here. Both will be looking for more. It's still very much anyone's game, even though Box Hill have sort of dominated possession so far.
It's Pekaris in that inside channel. Nice bit of footwork. Keeps it in the midst of 3 Spring Hills defenders. Murakami so poised on the ball. Pekaris again. Collision between Murakami and Gillies, I think it was. No foul play, and Spring Hills can clear, but every time they clear, Isha, Box Hill are straight onto the... If it's not the first ball, it's certainly the second ball, and they're reloading so quickly at the moment.
Yeah, that clearance just now by Kawano is probably one of the few examples we've seen them sort of just kick the ball out, but otherwise, yeah, immediately, as soon as Spring Hill's ball's immediately back to Box Hill, and then they're just passing it amongst their defence and their midfield as if it's like butter, free-flowing.
Calm bit of play from Kili Segicic in goal for Box Hill. Played a couple of games for Western Sydney Wanderers in the A-League Women last season. Previously at Canberra United as well. Bella Stringfellow's got a bit of space down the right-hand side. Can she deliver? She's well marshalled by Sophia Paliwota.
Great passing from Box Hill to clear that out.
Keat, we've seen what she can do in the box. She's back in her own defensive half with some nice footwork, but can only pick out Spring Hill's debutant in Natalie Abanas. Stringfellow got an important touch on that Murakami pass to invite Tobin onto it. Ramel finds Stringfellow again. It's a nice little idea. Looking for the run of Chelsea De Silva. She's played a bit of left back, a little bit of left wing. Chelsea De Silva clearly loves to get forward with that pace and creativity. Again, one of those youngsters that we've mentioned, but Bella Stringfellow, one of the more experienced names in the squad, starting to get on the ball a little bit more, getting a bit more run through midfield. Speaking of run through midfield, here goes Chiara Bocelli. Gets the run from Trask and take the space on the right. Not too far away as a first sighter, her first effort on goal for Chiara Bocelli.
Yeah, do you think Stringfellow's trying to draw on from some of her former Box Hill experience here tonight?
Definitely. One of a couple of former Box Hill United players in the Spring Hills ranks. Saw the Spring Hills Instagram account affectionately named this the Tash Dakic Cup. Tash, obviously formerly of these parts here at Wembley Park as well. And there she is right on cue with a typically timely intervention at the back. Of course, had a couple of years at Western United in the A-League Women. Such a stalwart in this competition. So much success with Calder United. Some 180 appearances in the Senol NPLW.
Very close to that 200 for her. Two championships, premiership, two Nike FC Cups. The big CV she brings here today.
Dropped down a division initially to help Spring Hills get promoted and fell right back where she belongs here in the top flight. Played every minute last season and back again for more this. Murakami with a nice sliding pass. Dakic again on cue, and it was an important touch as Kawano was creeping in behind. Spring Hills will have a little bit of reprieve as Trask fouls Arbanas. Approaching the half hour here at Wembley Park. Where do you think Isha Spring Hills can start to find a little bit more joy and try to get forward a little bit more?
Very much so, and just as you said it, they're on the ball now, and hopefully we'll try and... Great little turn there. Good ball out, but blocked by that Box Hill defence. But here comes Spring Hills again. Quite a few shots from distance, and you can sort of hear the frustration from the Spring Hill supporters of maybe they could have gone a bit more forward, looked at options left and right. But very much obviously still in this 1-0, one of the most flippable scores in football. Lots to come here, and we can see that Spring Hill sort of just look like they just need their moment to break through. Doesn't necessarily need to be the cleanest of goals, but they know they are able to break through the Box Hill midfield and defence sometimes, and just need to be able to finish it in that final third.
They weathered a little bit of pressure in their last game against South Melbourne, and ended up taking the 1-0 lead, 1-0 win rather. Not one of Alex Sinclair's most customary goals of many that she's scored in NPLW, but as they say, they all count. They're forward now, and Stringfellow makes a nice little move. Stringfellow still. Oh, and it just as it looked like she might bustle her way all the way through Box Hill's defence. There was the Box Hill captain, Sophia Paliwada, with the last-ditch challenge. We highlighted Bella Stringfellow just a couple of minutes ago. Obviously, as we mentioned, a former Box Hill employee. But as we mentioned, she started to get on the ball. She's plenty of experience in this competition, having been at South Melbourne as well. Looking to break those lines and get forward. Paliwada and fine teen. Again in more space. Kawano back to Minarik. Trask made the dart inside, but was followed all the way by Arbanas. Ramel dumps it off to Sinclair. Sinclair looked for the return. Ramel not quite ready to make the run. Looks like Alex Sinclair playing slightly deeper for this one. Obviously, talking about the success of the likes of Natasha Dakic in this competition, Alex Sinclair's been right up there alongside, and even at the age of 38, stepping back to Spring Hills again after so much success at Calder United. What a season she had last term, winning the NPLW gold medal, sharing it with Danny Buttress, of course, at FC Bulleen Lions, who's now gone on to great things in the A-League Women and with the young Matildas too.
Yeah, scored at the Under-20 Women's Asian Cup, now thriving there. And I'm very excited to see who from here today will join her soon. Lots of great talent, lots of great passing we've seen so far in the Senol NPL.
Yeah, looks like Sinclair, bit of a tactical adjustment, it seems, from Tom Markovsky. Sinclair's drop back almost to a number 6 position. She started the game up front. She's had most of her success with Calder and in the A-League with Western United as a wide forward, but perhaps dropping into midfield. Stringfellow's given that one to Bocelli. And let's see if Box Hill can break. That's a really smart ball from Murakami to Teen and Kawano down the left-hand side. Kawano will get into the box and look to square it. Dakic was right on Keat's toes, and Keat couldn't apply the touch for her second goal. Trask with a lovely ball into Tartaglia. Another ball in. And that's a top save at her near post from Jenna Ibrahim. They can just turn the dial so quickly, Box Hill, from the calm possession on the halfway line. They can just flick that switch rather, and play so quickly in the final third.
There's just some clean passing there from Spring Hill and one loose pass, and Box Hill pounced, and they did what they did best. Passed, beautiful pass pointed out by Murakami, played it forward, and very unlucky to not get the finish there.
There's another lofted ball in. Ibrahim sharp off her line. The punch wasn't quite as sharp, and what a block! Right on the goal line from Aubrey Labno. A combination of her deflection and the post.
You can see Ibrahim with a nice big hug for Labno. Great save from her on the line.
Chiara Bocelli had her hands on her head, wondering how on earth have I not made this game 2-0. Ibrahim was quick off her line to intervene. The punch didn't quite go as planned, but what a block from Labno. The corner will come in now. It's towards Minarik. Collision in the air. Murakami will bring it down. Here's Erin Keat. And Sinclair makes the block for another corner. About as close as it gets to a second goal. And a fourth. for Chiara Bocelli this season. In swinger this time. That's a really good ball. And again, who's there in her own 6-yard box? Aubrey Labno.
Yeah, both teams trying to claim that ball, but it will be a corner for Box Hill by the looks of it.
Interesting watching these design set pieces. They've done something different on the previous two, and now we've got the conga line at the top of the box. Pekara stands over the delivery. Towards the penalty spot, Minarik leaps. Sinclair again, well placed. And we're going from side to side at the moment. We've had 2 from the right, and this is the second from the left. 4 corners in quick succession.
Oh, if we get to see all the different set-piece combinations they've practiced, that would in itself be quite exciting. Here comes another one.
Again, they line up at the top of the box. Now we go short. Bocelli will lift it in at the second time of asking. It's a great ball to the back post. And are we having another corner? Of course we are. Aubrey Labno again, well placed. Love the variety that Box Hill are bringing to these set pieces. We really have seen something different on all 4 occasions. Different types of deliveries, different setups in the box. And they'll abandon the line on this occasion.
Another short option developing. Where's she going to go?
Pekaris with another excellent ball. Is the finish on? Or she just couldn't quite slam it through the numbers in front of her. Erin Keat, I think it was. Murakami lifts it back in. It's just over Kawano's head. And finally, Spring Hills can take a breath. And they'll have a goal kick. Came close on a couple of occasions there on those set pieces.
Yeah, Ibrahim taking her time, trying to get her team to open up.
That's an outstanding ball from Labno. We've seen her heroic defensive abilities. It was a really good look to find Lauren Antonello. But again, Paliwada was across to deal with it for Box Hill. And that's another excellent pass from the skipper as well.
Yeah, the touch on Box Hill has been really good today. Like they always, every time the pass is made, they take the touch away from an advancing Spring Hill player and are always able to ensure that the pass goes to one of their own teammates.
Minarik lifts it over the top. Labno again with the header. Tartaglia beats the silver to that one. Minarik to Murakami. And more space for Peltine to drive in midfield. Teen finds Bocelli. Bocelli up against Gillies and breezes past her. Chiara Bocelli steps inside. Again, Aubrey Labno with an outstanding block. Chiara Bocelli might be having nightmares of Aubrey Labno when her head hits the pillow tonight. That's a couple of would-be goals that Spring Hill's American centre-back has taken off her.
Yeah, some great passes to her. And you can see she's less marked sort of out on that wing, but then obviously pushed out far too wide and has struggled to just find that finish. Excellent defending from Labno and Spring Hills there.
Lovely one-touch football. Teen will have a shot. Dackage repels. Ramel does well to hold that one up. She finds Sinclair.
Great win, but no numbers forward for Spring Hill.
That's the experience and the quality of Alex Sinclair to win a foul there. Kogu, Sabaratnam and the Box Hill bench weren't happy with the awarding of that foul, but I feel that could be really important for Spring Hills to just win a free kick in their attacking half. get some numbers forward and see if they can float this one in the box. Dakic stands over it. I could probably do with her height in the box, but her delivery is equally as good, and that is a fantastic ball. Paliwata there, of course, as she has been all night. Spring Hills look to go forward again. Nice touch and a second from Gillies. Stringfellow picks it up. Nice ball from Stringfellow to Antonello, and Stringfellow again. Followed all the way by Yuri Kawano. And if there was maybe a split second to shoot for Bella Stringfellow, it was only a fleeting split second. As Box Hill responds so well in their defensive structure to...
Yeah, you can't wait too long with Box Hill waiting behind you, and you can probably see that's probably why we had quite a few of those sort of distant shots early on from Spring Hill. They know they can't hold the ball for too long without Box Hill trying to win it back. But some good chances there and good momentum for Spring Hills in that play.
Sydney Minarik back on the halfway line. She'd made a nice little dart into midfield. She's looking up for her option and chooses Teen. Gets it back from Murakami.
Just 4 minutes of normal time in this half remaining now.
We'll see whether Box Hill use this time to go gung-ho in search of a second before the interval, or if they'll be happy to sit on their lead. Petkaris with a nice inverted run. Petkaris will get into the box. Aubrey Labno is there once again for Spring Hills. Minarik playing with her eyes up at all times. Labno again, but she just fell over the ball. Bocelli and Keat. Oh, they almost stood on each other's toes, the two Box Hill attackers, and Bocelli could only direct her shot straight at Jenna Ibrahim. Unfortunately for her, it bounces back off her and out for a goal kick.
You can see Bocelli initially was just like, did I just shoot that sort of straight at the keeper? I'm going to get it again, and twice Ibrahim was there to stop that from going in. Just ushering her players forward now. She wants to get that ball out. Plays it wide.
Gillies is pounced on by Bocelli, and that's a lovely ball by Sophia Bocelli, and there was no other result when Yuri Kawano got played in on goal than an unerring finish into the bottom left corner.
A great win by Cara Bocelli. Talk about an instant coming back from that.
That's all right. She could have had a couple for herself, but for some heroic defending from Spring Hills throughout this first half. But the speed of thought and the calmness of mind to find that pass, and perfectly weighted pass too, through to Yuri Kawano, who just cannot stop scoring for Box Hill United at the moment. Back in the side, back amongst the goals. And that's a second goal that the hosts will be really, really pleased with heading into the break, and makes the halftime team talk for Tom Markovsky just that little bit more difficult.
Yeah, and hard when you have a player like Kawano in that side. 6 goals now in this competition so far in the Senol NPL. So a former under-20 World Cup player for Japan.
Into the final minute of regulation here in the first half. We'll see how many added minutes we get, but approaching the break, Isha, what do you... Of course, Kogu Sabaratnam will be the happier manager going into the break, as we see a rare foul throw given. Isha, what do you think will be the halftime message from Tom Markovsky to his players?
Yeah, well, speaking to him before the game, he was very big on we need 100% effort. We need to focus on the attitude. We don't want to be scared to sort of make mistakes, and they sort of want that energy of knowing that he has mostly a young side. Obviously, captain Alex Sinclair's 38, but most of the team is quite young coming into this competition, and so they know that there's probably a bit of experimentation going on here, especially with the injuries and the absentees that they have. A few of their players are still in the US completing their exams before they'll join up with the side. So it would be, I imagine, more of that sort of be fearless and just go for it kind of energy.
We saw there a minimum of 2 minutes added on. 2 minutes of which we've probably now had one of. Bella Stringfellow just a little bit ginger on her ankle perhaps. Player just stopped a moment ago as she went down. I'll see if Box Hill go for a third before the halftime whistle. Paliwada will stride forward. And she tries the ball to Petkaris, but Antonello followed her all the way. Tobin picks up, combines with Gillies. That's a nice ball from Tobin and well dealt with by De Silva. She can't find Sinclair. Keat will go for Box Hill.
Charlie's open on the left, but you can see Springhill's closing in on her this time.
Dying seconds, you would imagine, of this first half, but Box Hill forwards, we're watching them out of shot, trying to make a run and potentially pinch a final goal of this first half, but there won't be one forthcoming as we have the halftime whistle here at Wembley Park. An electric first half from the hosts. 2-0 to the good. And so far too good for Spring Hills. They had that blip in their last fixture before the break against Burundara Eagles. But right back to it. First from Erin Keat. A lovely finish on her left foot at the top of the box. And then Yuri Kawano with her 6th of the season from an assist from Chiara Bocelli. Thoughts on the first half overall, Isha?
Yeah, electric is, I would say, the way to describe it as well. Great plays from Box Hill. You can see the pressure. They want to attack. Even in those final 5 minutes of the game, they weren't waiting and holding the ball back. There was 2 minutes left on the clock, and they used that moment to press forward a bit as well. So I'm expecting more of that in the second half as well. But obviously Spring Hills are still very much in this game, even though they're probably playing a bit more on the defensive at the moment compared to Box Hill. But I'm just really excited to see more of this really good football and hopefully some more creative set pieces.
Absolutely, we can't wait, and hopefully plenty more excitement to come here at Wembley Park in the second half. Don't go anywhere. We'll freshen up over the halftime break and we'll be back for what is hopefully another scintillating 45 minutes of Senol NPLW Victoria. At halftime here at Wembley Park, it's Box Hill United 2, Spring Hills FC 0. Welcome back to Wembley Park for the second half here of this round 8 clash in Senol NPL Women Victoria. It's the hosts, Box Hill United, with a really commanding first half, leading Spring Hills FC 2-0 at the break. And we'll see what more perhaps Box Hill can add to what was already a fantastic first half performance, or indeed what Spring Hills can bring into the second half as well. And it looks like there might be some changes on both sides, so we'll keep an eye on fourth official Liam Beckett and see those numbers when they come up. Looks like Rasheen Murphy coming off the bench for Spring Hills. Gabrielle Simpson for Box Hill. Spring Hills, in fact, could be preparing 3 changes. There's the Box Hill change. Gabrielle Simpson replacing captain Sophia Paliwada. It's an interesting one. I wonder if she might have been carrying something or perhaps just sparing their captain. And for Spring Hills, Anastasia Ramel is off, Chelsea De Silva is off, and Rachel Gillies is also coming off. On comes Suzu Murakami. So we've got a Murakami on both sides now. How that alters the game. Isha, what are we expecting in the second half?
Yeah, I'm really excited to see, obviously, kicking off. Spring Hills coming in hot with the changes. They knew something had to change, and they've gone for a few of them here. And I'm excited to see whether that'll all include a change of shape or just a change of strategy. There's a lot to think about here. 2-0 again, one of the most flipped scores in football. We've seen it happen a number of times. We've seen it happen a number of times in this Senol NPL competition, and I'm excited to see if we have that again here today. But here come Box Hill.
That's a fantastic little combination. Dakic is well placed to prevent any further danger, and there's a first involvement for Gabrielle Simpson.
He's well there to get to the ball ahead of the Spring Hills defence.
They were in the sheds for a long time, Isha. Spring Hills can always go one of 2 ways after you've had a bit of an indifferent first half. The coach can give the hairdryer treatment and send the players back out very early to let the message sink in, or you can keep them in and use every second available to share whatever message you need, and Tom Markovsky evidently chose the latter option. We'll see what that message was and if there's any sort of change or adjustment in their style or structure, as you mentioned, with these 3 substitutes. They've got a throw in deep in their attacking third. It's looking for Sinclair, and she'll battle with Simpson. Simpson comes out on top, and that's a nice turn to get away from pressure. Minarik now has the captain's armband with Paliwada replaced. Looks like Sarah Petkaris has moved to centre-back as part of those changes. Dakic finds the ball out wide. Good strength from Antonello to ride the challenge, but couldn't keep it the second time of asking. It's an interesting one, Asia, for Box Hill. 2-0 in the ascendancy, and they've brought on a right winger for a centre-back.
Yeah, hungry for more is one way to look at it, but it also could be trying out some new things. Perhaps they want to open up some tactics. Obviously, the transfer window will be another factor coming in soon. There might be some things that the coaches want to consider right now, some new tactics, try and identify.
Simpson's in the box, almost getting on to the end of her first opportunity.
comes a Box Hill throw.
Well intercepted by Teen. Sinclair under the bouncing ball, and Peltine takes over. Kawano to Simpson, already in the thick of it off the bench.
Lots of involvement from Rasheen Murphy early on coming onto this game.
She's been a mainstay for Spring Hills this season, signed from Alamein. She's featured in all 7 games. This is only the second one of the 8 that she hasn't started. Scored on her debut in the Western Suburbs derby of sorts against Keilor Park. She'd certainly love to pop up with another one, and what would be a really important goal to get Spring Hills back in this game. Simpson takes that one down expertly, and Murakami finds Trask. Looking for Kawano, but there's the third introduction, Talisa Soto, who has her first involvement, and a sound defensive one for Spring Hills. So it looks like Soto at the base of the midfield. Rasheen Murphy's come on the left wing. And then Suzu Murakami up front.
Yeah.
Like for like, replacing Anastasia Rommel.
And does seem like there's been a bit more of an attacking focus from Spring Hills this half. Players are pressed up a bit higher into that sort of more attacking areas. But currently we're going to be looking to try and defend that.
Oh, that's excellent from Bocelli. And a really good ball too. And it just about crossed the line. I paused for a second expecting a whistle from the referee. It looked as though Jenna Ibrahim may have had her hands on the ball, and Simpson poked it clear. There was no decision from Cheyenne Sarouche, and I think it was Natalie Arbanas who made the vital clearance on the line.
A goal line clearance on debut. Couldn't ask for a better moment as a defender.
Bocelli goes again. Excellent show of strength. She'll bring down her own block cross. Find Keat. And just like that, those two have been absolutely everywhere for Box Hill tonight. Bocelli picks up her second assist. Erin Keat picks up her second goal. And for Box Hill, that's exactly the start to the second half they would have been after. And Tom Markovsky will be hanging his head, thinking that's exactly not what he would have been looking for coming out of the break.
Oh, what a touch from Bocelli to bring that ball down. Excellent pass into Keat, who wasted probably no second at all. Immediate hit, perfectly placed once again. Just absolute class. She has the power, she has the precision. It's just incredible. It's 3-0 now here to Box Hill at Wembley Park. Spring Hill still holding a bit more of that sort of attacking shape than they had in the first half. And have won a throw-in now.
Yeah, but that really is the opposite of what Tom Markovsky would have been after. Making 3 changes at the break, looking to get his team back into the contest. An early goal that perhaps they might feel slightly aggrieved with. There was a bit of physicality out on that far side from Chiara Bocelli to wriggle away from trouble, but you certainly can't dispute the quality that came after that. As you said, Isha, the touch to pick her own blocks cross out of the sky, and when Erin Keat is afforded that amount of space in the box, there's not too many times that she's going to pass up that opportunity.
Now you can see Spring Hill's now really trying to win that ball early instead of winning it at the back and then trying to progress forward through the Box Hill midfield.
Pekaris has slightly overhit that one. Rasheen Murphy will get onto it. There's space in the middle if she can find Murakami. The ball didn't quite come. Murakami was waiting for it.
Urbanus makes a way forward to take the throw in.
And they had a couple of those moments in the first half, didn't they, where it looked like these little openings were coming and they just didn't quite take the space or make that final ball. But that will be encouraging to see the press working and pouncing on a mistake. Gabrielle Simpson has made a huge impact off the bench. She's found Erin Keat. Lovely drop of the shoulder from Keat. Trying to return the favour, but crosses safely into the breadbasket of Jenna Ibrahim. Trask got underneath the header, but fortunately for her, Murakami is there to pounce. Murphy wins it back and finds her fellow substitute Soto, and that's a nice ball to get Rasheen Murphy down the left-hand side. Can she pick out a delivery this time? It's a good ball in. Not quite arriving, unfortunately, at the back post, Lauren Antonello. And Keely Segicic was quick off her line.
Just holding as well, sort of trying to break the momentum that Spring Hill seem to have gained. They come looking a lot stronger this half, obviously conceded early on, but very much sort of you can see the attacking focus that has come into the side. They are trying to press, they are trying to shoot, but not just from distance. And here they come, some great passing.
Yeah, I think Tom Markovsky will be delighted with the response to this concession, at the very least. Spring Hill's enjoying a little spell of being on top for these couple of minutes. Sinclair, nice turn and finds Antonello. Spring Hill's appeal for a foul, nothing given. Dakic mops up. Arbanas can't find the ball into Murakami, and Simpson deals well.
As things stand, Box Hill are top of the table with a plus 17 goal difference in the Senol NPL. Spring Hills will remain at 5th at the moment. Obviously, with 2 more games that have just started in the Senol NPL. Preston Lions versus Avondale and Bentley Greens versus Keilor Park. And the result of those games will also change the outcome here today. And here comes Box Hill.
Simpson into the box yet again. Spring Hill's able to clear. Keat trying to bring it down. Lovely step inside from Bocelli. Directing traffic. Finds Murakami. Didn't quite connect with her return ball. Bocelli will tackle it out of play. But as you mentioned, Isha, Box Hill provisionally top of the league after, you'd have to say, a shock defeat round 1 to Essendon Royals. They steadied themselves and certainly made amends in their next fixture with an 8-0 win over Bentley Greens. That was the first of 5 in a row. As we mentioned, they dropped the last one from a leading position against Burundara Eagles, but this 3 points in waiting with just over 30 minutes to go will take them above the Eagles and to top of the table. That's a nice ball from Labno. Murakami is brought down and we'll have the first caution of the night for Box Hill's stand-in skipper, Sydney Minarik. Used her body well there, Suzu Murakami. Drew the contact from Minarik as she looked to spin and go forward. Dakic will look to lift another one into the box. It's a good flight on it. It's come off the head of Tartaglia, I think it was, and Spring Hills will have their first corner. We saw Box Hill have repeated set pieces down this end in the first half, 5 corners in a row. We'll see if Spring Hills can have a similar effect.
Here comes the corner, straight into the box, top of the box. Hit back and won by Box Hill. Can they counter? Labner tried to hold on to it. Played to the centre half. Great ball down the wing.
Very nearly an excellent switch from Minarik. Just couldn't quite connect on that far side. Spring Hills again enjoying a decent little period. Although Tom Markovsky is incensed with the lack of a decision there. That's not Pearl Teen's best ball. Spring Hills can go again. Nice little nutmeg from Rasheen Murphy. She's got 2 or 3 defenders around her. And Gabrielle Simpson-Marshalls are out for a throw-in.
Yeah, great work from Rasheen Murphy there to sort of try and hold on to that ball. Obviously, one of the Spring Hills players that has already scored so far. Will be really exciting to see if she is able to win one back for Spring Hills tonight.
Good little battle between Simpson and Arbanas. There's a perfect example, Isha, of the fluidity of this Box Hill side. Erin Keat popping up in a right back position. She's got a little bit of strapping on her knee and just maybe clutching at it, Erin Keat. So we'll keep an eye on that one. Of course, Kogu Sabaratnam will be not wanting to take any chances with one of his star players.
Yeah, especially when you're 3-0 up.
Another set piece in a dangerous position for Spring Hills. Sinclair will make her way over to take, and Spring Hills will send up some tall timber from the back. Aubrey Labno's won just about every aerial duel possible in her own box. See if she can get on the end of one in the attacking box here. Sinclair floats it in. It's a good ball, and it came to Labno. And then to Daniela Tobin, who might have had a bit more time than she thought in the busyness of that penalty area. She's just dragged her shot wide.
And over in one of the other games, Keela Parker scored against Bentley, up 1-0 against a Bentley Greens that hasn't claimed a single point yet. And here comes Spring Hills.
Well won high up the pitch by Lauren Antonello. Tried to go alone and hit the shot from range. Another instance of that press working well for Spring Hills, and Keely Segacic will take as much of her allotted 8 seconds as she can to try and settle things down. Because for the moment, it does feel, although obviously the scoreline reads 3-0, in this exact moment in the game, it does feel that Spring Hills are enjoying a little bit of the ascendancy. And no doubt Box Hill will be looking to wrestle that back and keep the game on their terms for the remaining half hour. Tobin lifts it long. It's in an awkward position. Antonello gives chase. And it's a great chase. Thought it might have won her team a corner, but unfortunately for her, the block really took the sting out of the effort, and it drops into the hands of Keely Segacic. Haven't got a great deal of run from their wingers, Spring Hills. So the introduction of Rasheen Murphy and a couple of instances there for Lauren Antonello will be very encouraging. That's a lovely dummy from Suzu Murakami, and she'll strike from range. She's very well known to hit them from long range. Suzu Murakami joined from Bayside Argonauts, previously at Kilo Park. Remember a Nike FC Cup game for Kilo Park against Calder United. She scored 2 absolute thunderbolts from long range in a thriller that Kilo Park won via penalty shootout. Didn't quite connect with that one on that occasion, and Sinclair can't connect with Murakami again. Box Hill will have a goal kick.
Yeah, it seemed like an unlucky miss there from Spring Hills. Great chance that could have been. But again, they've been pressing so hard this half and have caused Box Hill quite some trouble. So it'll be interesting to see whether they've managed to get a reward from that. So Segacic playing it out the back. Some great 1-2 passing there as Box Hill try and advance, but you can hear Tom Markowski yelling at his players to go make the run forward.
He's getting more and more animated on the touchline, isn't he? As he looks for a goal back for his team.
It was a good through ball, slightly too slow, and one back by Box Hill. Still pressure continues from Spring Hills. And here, Box Hill down the wing, just trying to take a hold of that ball, but it goes out, and it will be a Spring Hills ball. Some of the Box Hill players don't seem too happy with that. And we have a substitution here.
Looks like a double change for Box Hill. And a single for Spring Hills. Pearl Teen and Yuri Kawano have come off for the hosts. Lauren Antonello, interestingly, takes her leave for Spring Hills as she was maybe starting to get into the game a little bit more.
Here, could Box Hill get a fourth? Great ball. Scramble at the back. And a clearance from Spring Hills, but straight to Box Hill. Play on, says the referee. Could this be Spring Hill's moment? Few bodies back for Box Hill. Kami plays it in the middle. No call from the ref, but I throw in for Box Hill.
He's let a lot go as Shayan Sarouche, which, in fairness to him, he has done both ways. But plenty of challenges, plenty of physicality that he's waved to play onto.
And a shot blocked by Segacic. It will be a corner for Spring Hills on that side where they've taken one already this half. Again, sort of similar to last time, you can see numbers forward, but they're watching for the stray Box Hill attackers, the top. Played it short. It will be a throw in for the visitors.
Tried the routine from the training grounds. Going short to Labno, but couldn't make a chance happen out of it. Just trying to have a look at the changes, Isha, that we saw from Box Hill. Again, their ability to just move the magnet, so to speak, and move players around and get them in different positions is so fascinating and so exciting, seeing players popping up all over the pitch. Looks like Summer Trask now, I think for the majority of this second half, in fairness, has popped up at right back. She started the game on the right wing. So fluid, and everyone knows their roles and is able to fill in multiple roles.
Yeah, and we talked a lot about that midfield in the first half, the link-ups between Teen, Keat, and it's changed quite a bit since then, but still, you know, Box Hill have held their own, haven't conceded, and have still maintained a good amount of pressure on Spring Hills, and it just shows the calibre of those players, so versatile, able to shift into those different positions and still all adapt and play as one cohesive unit. And here comes the free kick. It's a well-delivered one. Headed on by Spring Hill. They're still trying to hold on to it. Ibanez is an option. Some great turning. Spring Hill's trying to hold on to possession and find a way forward. Played in the middle. Not the most accurate, and Box Hill can counter now. Great passing from Gabriella. And a foul by Labno, says the referee. Free kick from a dangerous area now for Box Hill.
This is an interesting change now for Box Hill. Erin Keat, I noticed that earlier with the strapping on her knee, she does look to be hobbling a little bit. So, again, as you said, Isha, 3-0 up, 20 minutes to go. No need to take any chances. She takes her leave, and Karina Todorova comes on. Turns 19 on Sunday. So we had a birthday for Amelia Tartaglia this week on Wednesday. And Todorova on the weekend.
Karis takes the free kick, defended out, but still Box Hill hold on to possession. Still trying to play it forward. Comes. Lots of options up forward for Box Hill. Minarik plays out to Trask. Trask with heaps of space. Plays it into the box in a dangerous area. Headed out by Spring Hills. And a collision. The heads. Call for medical staff to potentially come and look at the players. Both went to try and sort of block the ball out.
Good piece of refereeing to identify that and get in straight away. Aubrey Labno has been so good in the air defensively. She won the header again, and for her troubles got collected by her goalkeeper, but good to see both players back on their feet now.
Yeah, it's been a very, very impressive player for the side so far, and has been a key reason why the scoreline hasn't been high against Spring Hill. Some very, very crucial saves. Hoping she's all right. And they're going to play on now. Drop ball. Pressure from Box Hill to prevent Spring Hills from sort of taking it forward, but they still have a throw in. Few options there. Tries to find Murakami, between Murakami and Rasheen now. And played forward down the wing, a beautiful ball. And could this be Spring Hill's moment here today? And cleared out by Box Hill. What a fantastic ball and a fantastic run by the side, who were meant to be wearing blue today as their away colours, but have been wearing pink as it clashes with Box Hill's home kit. Spring Hills really have numbers down that side, just trying to make it work, make it go forward. So Box Hill, I think Sergicic lacks the clean sheet that she's kept so far. And it will be a free kick for Box Hill. We are taking the time, just about 15 minutes of regular time to go now in this fixture here at Wembley Park in the Senol NPL.
It was a really exciting run down the right-hand side, wasn't it, from Isabella Arredondo, who we missed in the flurry of changes earlier, on for a top-flight debut, 18-year-old for Spring Hills. So, fantastic moment for her.
Shot from distance, and what a goal! Oh my word. An absolutely fine finish. Something out of nothing, wouldn't you say?
Absolutely, but I was too busy talking about the changes. Look up, and all of a sudden, Chiara Bocelli's at the top of the box and letting fly. What an absolutely dominant performance from her. We highlighted her at the start of the game, the experience that she's had still at such a young age, only 21. She has made an immediate impact for Box Hill United in this competition.
4-0 now to Box Hill, and Bocelli's had a direct role in 3 of them.
There have been some lovely goals tonight, but I think that might well be the pick of the bunch, giving Jenna Ibrahim absolutely no chance from long range. It flew into the roof of the net. Absolutely unstoppable.
As things stand, Spring Hills are headed for their biggest loss of the season so far. They haven't lost a game by more than 2 goals so far this season, and that was against Heidelberg. But at home at Wembley Park, Box Hill have proven to be a very tough opponent for the visitors.
There's not a great deal you can do when you meet an opposition in such formidable form. Spring Hills haven't done anything wrong necessarily, but unfortunately for Tom Markovsky and his players, they've just been outshone by the entire Box Hill side, but certainly a couple of stunning individual displays from Chiara Bocelli, Erin Keat, the players at the back as well, who have been so assured and commanding in and out of possession. And this will feel good, I'm sure, for Kogu Sabaratnam and for his players. Coming off that disappointment of defeat before the break against Burundara, and this is the second time now that they will have followed up a defeat with a really resounding victory. He'll be delighted with that response, and to sit top of the table by the end of the night, we'll see what happens in the rest of the weekend's action. But a really, really positive response.
Box Hill, you can see sort of more just trying to hold onto the ball now instead of immediately advancing it forward. Zekas is an option, but goes for a fellow defender. And a great win from Spring Hills. Play on, says the referee. Down the wing, just too far out, and Segacic will be there to see it out.
That was Bianca Liberto with a fantastic first impression in this game. Just come on for Spring Hills for the final 11, 12 or so minutes, replacing captain Alexandra Sinclair. Positive early sign for the substitute as Tom Markovsky still looking to affect the game from the bench.
And the ball forward. They're really, really trying to win it here, Spring Hills, but not like that. And it will be a throw in for Box Hill. Again, referee just checking that the players are all right and they understand. Box Hill taking their sweet time. No need to rush. 10 minutes left. They're up 4-0.
Tom Markovsky, I'm sure will be keen to pick his players up during the week, because looking at their next run of fixtures, they happen to have run into a really difficult run of games, including this one. In a run of 6 matches, they'll face the other 5 teams that were in the top 6, at least at the start of this round. They'll host Burundara next week. They play away at Alamein, host Bulleen. They'll travel to Avondale. So I'm sure he'll be keen to pick the players up and keep them encouraged moving into as I say, a very difficult run of fixtures, and remind them that they've made a really positive start to the season, and one result shouldn't change that momentum.
Yeah, and it's a really tough job, especially when you have such a young side. Many of them who might be playing at this level for the first or the second time don't have that much experience to remind them that, losses like this, while terrible, are part and parcel of football, and they need to regroup and prepare for the formidable opponents that they will be facing in the upcoming weeks. Yeah, Spring Hill trying to get that one goal, and great ball through the centre halves, but just not quite enough to split them. Kept in well there. Looked like Simpson had kept it in, but throw-in, says the referee.
Box Hill have got an interesting little run ahead of them as well. Their next 3, away at Alamein, at home against Bulleen, and away at Avondale. Could be a series of top-of-the-table clashes, or certainly upper echelon clashes in terms of the league table. Avondale, of course, newly promoted and starting to kick into life in the top tier. Bulleen, we obviously know their history of success in this competition, and Alamein have been off to a fantastic start as well.
Yeah, a really tough run of fixtures ahead, but that is the level of competition now here in the Senol NPL, and you can't expect to have sort of the more easy games. The competition is growing, the level has been growing every year, and it'll only just get better and better. Still 0-0 over at Preston Lions versus Avondale, and still 1-0 at Keilor Park versus Bentley. As it stands, Box Hill still remain top of the table. Obviously, Bundoora, Alamein and Bulleen could all theoretically overtake them. They'll have a game to play this round.
Tell you what, Isha, we've just had a few gusts of wind come through the grandstand here at Wembley Park, and the temperature has dropped significantly.
Yeah, so chilly. I can feel myself shivering a bit, and I do think a lot about the players in the field, and it is really cold to not be moving right now.
I'm sure they'll be grateful that this has come towards the end of the game. Well, obviously they've been running around for close to 90 minutes already, rather than the start. But we love this time of year, don't we? Once we get to winter, it's perfect football weather as we dive into the real meat of the Victorian football season through the first quarter or so of matches, and plenty more to come.
And here come Box Hill, blocked by Spring Hills, who haven't really let them come forward, except for that absolutely spectacular goal by Bertelli. There hasn't been sort of that same press from Box Hill in the Spring Hill box.
Yeah, you're right, Isha. If you split the game into two halves, the second has been full of positives, I would say, or maybe not full of positives, but there have been plenty of positives for Spring Hills. They responded well to conceding the third so early in the second half, and have defended well for the majority. Not much you can do when a screamer like Bocelli's goes in against you.
Yeah, and that's definitely a positive for Markoski to take from this game, that they did come out and they have defended and closed Box Hill out of those spaces a lot more this half. Obviously, Box Hill has made a few sort of attacking substitutions, but a great display of resilience from Spring Hills here today. A race to get to it first, and excellent dribbling there from Simpson, but Spring Hills win it. It's a back and forth. It's sort of less of that absolute clean passing that we saw in the first half. It's both teams just trying to get to the ball, try to get to it first. Just trying to get any body part to it, really, as they try and progress forward.
Yeah, they've certainly settled into their structure, obviously, with the comfortable lead and looking to see out the game. And, you know, they've had to be alert on a couple of occasions to Spring Hills looking to break forward. But overall, the control of the fixture, I think, will be what Kogu Sebaratnam will be most pleased with. Of course, the goals and the 3 points he'll be delighted with, but the overall control and dominance he'll be extremely pleased.
Yeah, if you're a Box Hill fan, you're going home tonight saying stop the count. This is where the league table ends. The wind's getting stronger, and only 2.5 minutes of the regular 90 left here to play. Sigurdsson still playing it out the back. She's mostly chosen to play the ball out to her left and right defenders, hasn't really chosen to play it forward much. Probably suggests the confidence Box Hill feel in their passing, bringing it forward. They prefer to sort of do that 1-2 and take out an opposing team player. And a great turn there. Murakami plays it out to the wing. It's not powerful enough. Possibly the wind pushing back against it a bit. And here come Box Hill, cleared in the box. Flick on, you can see the sort of a little bit of hesitation from Spring Hills there. Should they go and press?
Just keeping an eye on.
They're going for it.
Aubrey Labno behind play. She made yet another defensive clearance. Obviously saw the collision that she had with her own goalkeeper in Jenna Ibrahim earlier. She's a little bit shaken after that header. See if she can play out what we have left here with 1 minute of regulation to go.
Great ball cleared, and could this be Box Hill's fifth? Blocked.
Lots of support there for Karina Todorova, one of the substitutes. Great to see the vocal Box Hill backline cheering every tackle, every intervention. Be easy to take their feet off the gas with the scoreline heading towards the end of the game, but that tenacity is evident going right to the final whistle, and we'll have 4 minutes added on to wrap this one up.
And there will be 4 minutes of additional time now. The final 4 minutes left in this fixture here at Wembley Park. It is raining. It's going to be a tough walk home for a lot of people.
It's raining in all sorts of directions now. You can look up at the floodlights. It's coming straight, backwards, left and right. You name it.
And it's heavy up. There's great ball down the wing. And cleared out. But Daniela Tobin was looking to make the most of that. And a slow trot forward. As Victoria Zikas will take the throw in for her side. Couple of headers there, back and forth. Box will hold on to it, backwards Zikas. In. Bakala, and a shot, and what a save! What a fine save by Ibrahim. And the rebound is caught. Great shot great save to deny Box Hill a 5th goal here today.
Stunning stop from Jenna Ibrahim. Saw it all the way, tracked it heading into a top left corner, and a really, really strong leap and a strong palm to push it away and out to the side rather than to any potential oncoming Box Hill attackers for a tap in. That's a really, really top save.
Would be even more difficult to do with the gloves soaking wet, probably. Just a minute to go now. One final push for Spring Hills. The ball doesn't look like it's rolling as smoothly anymore. Down the wing, Box Hill pressing forward. Can they find a cross into the box? Here comes Simpson. Back and the shot, and another fine save from Ibrahim. What an end to tonight she has had. Some absolutely stunning saves.
Outstanding again from the goalkeeper. That's twice in a minute that she's denied Murakami. One in either top corner. She would deserve a goal, Maho Murakami. She's been excellent tonight, but really positive for Jenny Ibrahim after conceding 4 that she's kept her head up and stayed in the game to make 2 really, really fine saves.
And we've reached the end of our 4 minutes of extra time with possibly the last play of the game. Here comes a Box Hill corner, and that is the full-time whistle here at Wembley Park. Loud cheers from the home supporters, Box Hill, who have won 4-0 here at Wembley Park. Almost was a 5th, but great saves from Ibrahim to deny Box Hill.
Yeah, just a little bit too good, weren't they, Box Hill, for their opponents. A really commanding display. Again, as we've touched on, bouncing back from defeat. They would have stewed over that for a long time over that Easter break, a long time between whistles, so to speak. But 4 outstanding goals, 2 in each half, a clean sheet. Really everything you could have asked for on a Friday night at home in front of their own fans. They'll go home, and I'm sure their first point of call will be to dry themselves off and have a shower, but they'll sit on this one and think about a really classy display. Just too good for Spring Hills overall.
Yeah, but a resilience performance from Spring Hills, who obviously a squad of youngsters, a few injuries coming into the side, and they still sort of held, and they kept pressing until pretty much the very end. Very dominant second half. Clearly learned some stuff in the first half and showed it out in the second half, and we got to see a bit more pressing and some good shots, and Segacic in the game a bit more. It'll be very good to see how these teams fare against their upcoming fixtures in the Senol NPL.
Spot on. Plenty of positives for Spring Hills to take, and they'll look to bounce back in their next run of games. But signing out here at Wembley Park, and we'll make sure we're nice and undercover here. It's been a fantastic evening. Thank you so much for your company. Been fantastic to call this one for you. Nick Hughes and Isha Singal signing off at Wembley Park. It finishes in Senol NPL Women Victoria. Box Hill United 4, Spring Hills FC 0.